now, right 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 now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We've got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. They always have been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest and everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about why Bitcoin and Ethereum are entering into a major rally. And I'm also going to be sharing with you exactly what we ought to do in response to that. And we're going to be talking about Trump and what he believes needs to happen with the United States' economic policy and cryptocurrency policy. He just recently did an interview with Bloomberg, and we're going to be going over that today. Guys, I'm very excited about the time that we're in right now. Bitcoin is moving into an uptrend. Ethereum is moving into an uptrend. We know that we are having a major rally kickoff quite soon, and we are going to be talking about today how we can take advantage of that. My name is Jeb McAfee. I've been working in the crypto space for the last 7 years, and I want to help you guys learn how to build wealth in crypto while also taking a cultural, a geopolitical, and a technical and fundamental look at these markets so that we can understand where they're going to go, and then we can apply our very own principles of financial sovereignty to build wealth in this space, which is ultimately my vision for you guys. I'm very excited to be here, and I want to help you all succeed. And so we're going to be doing all of that and more in today's episode of Coffee and Crypto Live. If you are new here, I want you to go ahead and give me a wave in chat, and we're going to get started. Really appreciate y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and read a little bit of chat, and then we'll dive on into it. We've got Philippe in chat, Victor's in chat, Rusiana is in chat, Satchet, JJ Dixon, hi, Jesse is in chat, James is in chat, Philip is in chat, Alex Nibo, shout out to you, Rolando Lima is in chat, said good morning Jeb and Sarah from Fort Myers, Florida. Shout out to the Venice of Florida. Used to live in Fort Myers briefly when I was, I was in 5th grade, actually. I lived down there for a little while. Marlon's in chat. Brian's in chat, Philly Skills 1428, and Brian again, hello from the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. I have family in Ironwood. Brian, shout out to the UP. I've been up there. Absolutely gorgeous. We were up there in August of 22. Incredibly beautiful place. If you guys have never been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, there's a reason it's growing so much. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's get started. We got a lot to cover. Over the last couple of days, we've had some pretty big developments. The first one that I want to cover here is this. 55% of Mt. Gox Bitcoin recipients chose to hold their newly returned Bitcoin, which is a major bullish sign for new Bitcoin all-time high. Here's the reason that this is significant. Those people, those recipients that got their Bitcoin back, they were given their Bitcoin back at like 100x return. They've made an incredible amount of money on their money. They get what they got back, they ended up making 10x, 50x, 100x return on that Bitcoin. And according to this article, 55% of them are going to hold on to that Bitcoin, which indicates that they believe that it's worth the risk that it might drop and they might go from 100x down to a 50x because they believe it might go from 100x to a 200x because they believe it's going to grow farther. This is a sign that the older generation in crypto, those crypto investors that have been here since even before I was here. Mt. Gox collapsed 3 years before I got into the space. I've been in the space for the better part of a decade. I mean, Mt. Gox went down 10 years ago. These are the veterans. These are the true believers. These are the true believers. What's that one Christmas movie? The Christmas Chronicles. We watched that movie, and there's 2 of them every single year. The elves are like, true believers. These are the true believers of Bitcoin. And I don't know why we didn't think about this before, but it's kind of a good point. The people that were on Mt. Gox 10 years ago and are still in the space have witnessed what Bitcoin did in the last 10 years. And they're probably thinking to themselves, by gosh, what's it going to do in the next 10 years? Might not do another 100,000% return, but it might do a 10,000% return. It could 10x, right? It could possibly do that. And so these are people that are true believers, And so it's actually pretty cool that a lot of them have chosen not to sell their Bitcoin. Again, according to this article, 55% of these Bitcoin recipients have chosen not to sell their return Bitcoin. The vote took place on Mt. Gox Reddit forum where the majority was in favor of holding Bitcoin. This is very exciting news because if this is true, if this turns out to be exactly what they do, now, of course, this is a vote, right? If this turns out to be the actual case, then that means that the sell side pressure that we were expecting from the Bitcoin is likely not going to be as strong as we thought it was. And it also means there's a cohort here of, say it with me, Queen, bedrock. There's bedrock in this space that says you can crash Bitcoin as far as you want. I'm a true believer. I'm one of them. I wasn't here during Mt. Gox, but I'm a true believer. I've held Bitcoin through 2 bear markets. Dos. There's only been 3. I've held my Bitcoin through 2 of them. Do you really believe in Bitcoin? If not, that's fine. That's okay. Enough. We've all got our beliefs. We've all got our worldview. We've all got our ideologies. There's things we all believe. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe in loving my wife. I believe in loving my children. I believe in loving you by teaching you the principles of financial sovereignty. Those are things that I believe, right? There's a lot of political things that I believe. One of the things that I believe is that Bitcoin is here to stay. One of the things that I believe viscerally is that Bitcoin provides true, real value to millions of people around the world. 200 million American adults provides a lot of value to them. Few billion people around the world that are in economic dire straits, they really don't have a lot of ways to invest. They can't invest in their own stock market. It's a load of crap. Let's be real. Most of the world is nowhere near as advanced as America and Europe are. We're very lucky. We're very blessed. Right? Most of the world is growing and growing quickly, but they don't have the same level of prosperity that we do. So they don't have necessarily the same economic abilities that we do. And so Bitcoin is almost financial savior for them. Bitcoin is a truly valuable commodity. And so I'm a true believer in it. These Mt. Gox recipients seem to be as well. And that is exactly why a lot of them are saying they're not going to sell. And that is something that we should take as a vote of confidence. Here's the nugget here's the nugget from this. This is something we should take as a vote of confidence in saying they, the people in Bitcoin, they truly believe in this. So that's my 2 cents on that. Guys, we're going to keep it moving here and talk about the actual market and the price. But I do want to let you know about one of our sponsors for today's video before we keep moving. And that'd be NordVPN. Guys, if you've not signed up for NordVPN, I encourage every single one of you. Every single one of you. There are 137 people watching right now. I want all 137 of you to sign up for NordVPN. If you're worth more than $5, listen, I met a guy one time. You know what he told me? He told me, you can steal my social security number. You can steal my identity. I don't care. I'm broke anyway. You can have it. I'll trade places with you. You're probably worth more than me. If you're that guy, okay. If you're not that guy and you're worth more than 3 cents, then I would highly recommend that the next $20 you make, you put it into buying NordVPN. Here's why. Your information is valuable. There's a reason that hackers and thieves are always after it. It's because they are trying to steal from you. It's because that information is valuable to advertisers and they're going to sell it to advertisers. I don't want you to get wrecked because there are plenty of people out there that are trying to steal from you. They're trying to hack you and they're trying to hurt you. They are evil, and they have evil, malicious intent, and they genuinely want to hurt you. NordVPN is the #1 thing that you can buy and sign up for online with tens of millions of users, 15-year track record that'll keep you safe. If you are not interested in investing in your security, then I'm not sure what you're interested in investing in. One of the reasons that we invest is so that we have the financial security that we want in the future. I'm asking for you to have the financial security today by signing up for NordVPN and keeping yourself private, safe, and secure from hackers, thieves, oppressive governments, banks that are going to try and tell you where you can and cannot go, and the like. Sign up for NordVPN. Get a 2-year plan for $93.51. That's nothing. That's like $4 a month. No, that's like $350, $340 a month for 2 years of protection. Guys, come on. If you had a $5 million house, wouldn't you pay somebody $80,000 to sit out in the front yard with a rifle? Say, hey, you walk into my house, you're trying to mess with me. No, you ain't coming in. No, you're not. You'd hire some protection, right? Sign up for NordVPN. Keep yourself safe online. It costs almost nothing. You sneeze and you'll miss that. You blew that on pizza last month. You'll be fine. Sign up for NordVPN. You'll be glad you did. Let's keep it moving. All right. Bitcoin over the last 24 hours has been trading sideways, and we're going to talk about why. Over the last 24 hours, it has been kind of flagging out. Last 72, really, it's been flagging out here. And that's fine. It flagging out is an indication that Bitcoin is locking in these returns. We've been talking about how we wanted to see Bitcoin build an inverse head and shoulders pattern, as you can see right here. And so that inverse head and shoulders pattern, here is actually uptrending. It's slanted upward. And so it's very much fine that Bitcoin's going through a correction here. We anticipated that that was likely what was going to happen, and we're glad that that happened. I'm very, very, very much fine with this, because this inverse head and shoulders pattern that we're printing, let's say we trade sideways through the weekend and we go into a bigger rally later on next week, the extrapolated price target here for this movement gives us a price target of $78,500. $78,500. Somebody in chat, Satcha just said we were flagging at the 0.618 level. It's a good point. Yeah, let's talk about that. As you can see here, just like Satcha said, we're flagging at the 0.618 level. The neckline that we had before was always the 0.5 level. We've rallied all the way up. Credit to Satcha for pointing that out. We've rallied all the way up to 0.618, which was at $65,000. We anticipated that Bitcoin would probably have some corrective movement here at 65K. We said, listen, Bitcoin could just blast off straight to all-time high, but what's probably going to happen is we're going to have a right shoulder form. And then with that right shoulder, that's going to give us the inverse head and shoulders pattern we're so desperately looking for. And from there, that will blast us straight up towards the all-time high. And I think that's what's going to happen. You see, there are quite a few bullish catalysts on the horizon. We've got the Ethereum ETF coming online very soon, potentially as early as next Tuesday, according to reports. And so when that occurs, we could very well see a corrective movement on Ethereum and on Bitcoin first, but it won't last because you're going to see billions of dollars of inflows. If you did not watch my video yesterday, you should go back and watch it. We made an Ethereum price prediction. I'm predicting over $11,000 on Ethereum this bull market. I also gave you an exact detailed plan on how to take advantage of that movement. So make sure you sign up for, or not sign up, make sure you go and watch that video. But one of the first things that's going to happen in that entire trend is that you're going to have the Ethereum ETF come online, and there's a couple possibilities. Number one, potentially everybody that was going to buy the rumor, sell the news already did it back here. Maybe everyone already bought the rumor back in May when we had the rumor that it was going to be approved, then sold the news when we found out that it was actually being approved. And so the buy the rumor, sell the news already happened. That is a possibility. On the other hand, it's also a possibility that we still have people that are going to sell the news because they think that, you know, traditionally the trend is that when you see an ETF come online for Bitcoin or gold, historically, you'll see an immediate correction followed by a massive rally. So they might be thinking, all right, we're going to sell, we're going to buy low, and then we're going to rally. So there are a couple of possibilities here. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, what's going to happen here is the same. It's the same outcome. The same outcome is that you're going to see billions of dollars of inflows into Ethereum. If you go to, there's a website by Farside Investors that we go to quite a bit here. This is the Bitcoin ETF flow. Type in Farside Investors Bitcoin ETF. I'd give you the URL, but it's a long, it's like a long sublinked URL. Go to Farside Investors Bitcoin ETF flow, and you'll see this chart, which is incredibly, incredibly helpful. You can see this week alone, we have seen over $750 million of inflows in Bitcoin. In 1 week, we've seen almost $1 billion of inflows in Bitcoin. And in that time, recall that Bitcoin has only just begun the rally. It's not even back at all-time high yet, for goodness sake. We don't even know if this is a reversal. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave trend, and we could drop back down to 45. We're not even guaranteed to go to all-time high yet. We think it's going to happen, but we don't know that for sure. And yet there's an enormous amount of inflows coming into Bitcoin right now. And so should we not expect the same thing for Ethereum? Bitcoin currently has a net $16.5 billion of inflows in the first 6 months. In the first 6 months, we have had $16 billion of inflows. We should be expecting the same thing for Ethereum. And so for Ethereum here, when we start to see billions of dollars of inflows, which I'm very confident we will, the entire decentralized finance space is built on Ethereum, guys. Go to DeFi Llama. You don't believe me? The entire DeFi space is built on Ethereum. Total value locked in DeFi, $98 billion in Ethereum. Ethereum has, if the page will load, it's giving me some lag. Ethereum has, if I recall correctly, about 60 billion of it. Yep, look at that, 59.688 billion. My memory does serve correctly. So $60 billion of DeFi is in Ethereum. This is incredibly significant. The reason that this is so important is because there's a lot going on in DeFi. Let me back up for a second and just kind of quickly explain why DeFi is so important. Do you realize that the banking sector is one of the most, hands down, it's up there with oil and tech. It's one of the largest sectors of the economy. Size of American banking sector. Just pull facts, pull data. I'm really, really big on data and facts. Right? Look at this. In the first quarter of 2024, there were 4,012 commercial banks and 556 savings and loan associations with the US FDIC with $23.957 trillion in assets. $25 trillion in assets. JP Morgan Chase alone, worth $500 billion. They manage $4 trillion of wealth. BOA manages $3.2 trillion of wealth. They're worth $250 billion. Citi manages $2.4 trillion. There are 6 banks in the United States, 4 of them in NYC. Probably not for long with the way NYC is running everything. There are 6 banks that manage over $1 trillion in assets. Collectively, their market capitalization well over $1 trillion. If you add up the market capitalization, the total market cap of all these banks, you're looking at a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Multi-trillion dollars in the market cap. AUM, assets under management, you're looking at 4 trillion, 7 trillion, 10 trillion in just the top 3 alone. Now go back to DeFi. Ethereum's got $60 billion. Small fish. Shout out to you, Joseph Bagwell. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Small fish. Tiny fish. Oh, by the way, Ethereum is cross-border. These are just American banks. These are just American banks. If you look up how much money banks have under management the world over, you're looking at probably 50 to 100 trillion dollars of AUM, assets under management. You're looking at 60 billion on Ethereum. It's 1% of the global banking sector. Do you understand why people are buying Ethereum? Because Ethereum does what every single one of these banks does and more with lower fees. It's more competitive, less red tape, less restrictions. You can make the transactions much faster with Ethereum. Oh my gosh, but Jeb, the Ethereum block times. Oh my gosh, Jeb, but the Ethereum fees. Oh my gosh, but have you tried to send a cross-border payment with one of these big guys? You're paying 18% on a fee. Percent. It's not a flat fee, it's a percent. This list is what Ethereum and DeFi are coming for. Look here. Aave, lending. What's the number one thing banks do? They loan money. You know I hate debt. I can't stand it. If it were up to me, these banks would be way smaller because they'd be making way less money because they would be making significantly less money from loans. That being said, all of these banks, all of these projects here in DeFi doing the very similar things as the banking sector is doing. Staking. Hello, high yield savings accounts. Uniswap, DEX, hello, stock exchanges and money market accounts and all those things. Pendle, yield, hello, HYSAs. Basis trading, hello, trading the stock market, just like most of these banks do. They're also investment banks. They also have branches that are investment banking. Aave, lending, liquid staking. Again, not exactly the same thing as a yielding savings account, but kind of the same thing. That's why people use them, right? That's why you stake. As we're saving up for our first rental property, we're putting money into, USDC and staking it, right? Because we're generating 5.5% yield. Why not? So when the Ethereum ETF goes online, you're looking at Wall Street saying, oh my gosh, for the first time in 2,000 years, the banking sector has a competitor. This is a Tesla moment, guys. This is a Tesla moment. This is a SpaceX moment. This is a Edison moment. This is a microwave and color television moment. This is a no. This isn't just another car company. This is a car company that's going to revolutionize the way that car companies run. No. This is not a spaceflight technology company. This is a spaceflight technology company that's going to put America back on the bleeding edge of space exploration. No. This is not the next radio that's got a better... No, this radio has a picture with it, and you can see what's going on. No. This is not a light bulb. This is not a candle that burns a little hotter. No, this is a light bulb that runs on electricity and doesn't have to be fueled by something flammable that keeps burning your house down. No. This is not the next fastest horse. This is not a thoroughbred Clydesdale. No, this is an automobile. This is a revolution is the word for it. Viva la revolution. That's what this is. It's a revolution. And we've got to see it as such. Here's the reason that Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing so well. People are tired of buying treasuries to keep up with inflation. You know why? Because they're just loaning the government money. They buy Bitcoin instead now. People are tired of using the banking sector. They use DeFi now. The centralized finance companies are not going to be completely left behind. They're going to exist in tandem, but they're in the process of having a very strong competitor come up right next to them. And the leader of that charge is Ethereum, and that price is something that you can buy. Imagine if you could buy the entire global banking sector 100 years ago, and in the span of 10 years, it was going to make 100 years of progress because it's building on a sector that would have already gone before it. That's what Ethereum is doing. That's what Solana's doing. That's what all the different DeFi projects are doing. And yeah, you ought to consider buying, any of them that are doing very well, that have a lot of growth. Tron's doing great here. A lot of DEXs, a lot of staking pools, a lot of lending. Just lend $6 billion in TVL. When you buy Ethereum, you're buying into the next generation of finance. And so that's why when the ETF goes online, that's going to pump harder than Bitcoin. I'm predicting that you're going to see more inflows into the Ethereum ETF than you saw into the Bitcoin ETF. And it's going to explode the price of ETH. The price of Ethereum is going to absolutely skyrocket. And then here's what you're going to do. You're going to make a lot of money because you did exactly what I'm about to tell you to do. Here's what I am going to encourage you to do. Although, of course, make your own decisions for yourself. But if I were in your shoes, just about no matter where you are in life, this is what I would do. Acquire Bitcoin, acquire Ethereum, do it on a regular basis, buy a lump sum if you can, get out of your stupid debt, put some money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and plan to hold it for 7 years. Jeb, oh my gosh, 7 years, that's forever. I'm a completely different person by then. Don't you know that 95% of my cells will be dead and replaced by then? 7 years from now is not even me. It's somebody else. That's the way people think. Ship of Theseus much? No, make an investment. It's still you. It's still your soul, man. Make an investment for your future. Buy something, hold it for 7 years. That takes maturity because in the current moment, it feels like you're flushing it down the toilet. But when you realize that money gets fun, when you get out of debt, you have a budget, you're telling your money where to go, and you get to say, I'm going to watch this net worth climb. I personally really like Forex games, like grand strategy games. Video games, right? And so I like watching, how can I grow my economy? How can I grow my my military? How can I grow this? How can I grow that? That's my thing. I like growing things. My dad was a contractor. He, built skyscrapers. Like, I love watching things grow. I love building things. That's what I like to do. And so I like to build wealth. I like watching the net worth go up. But in the moment, it does kind of feel like you're just flushing money down the toilet because you're putting into an investment. You're saying, I'm not going to touch this again for years. But guess what? The more you invest in yourself for the future, the more you will get to look back at your past self and say thank you, which is a very peaceful place to be. As someone who, has this whole human disease that we all have, I look back on my past and I say, ugh, the tinge of regret. It gets more painful every year because I've lived another one. I don't think that life is all about minimizing regret. But if you have your heart in the right place and you value what's actually important, then I think minimizing future regret is a great philosophy to carry. And so one of the ways you can minimize future regret is by making investments in yourself financially and making investments in yourself spiritually, relationally. In this case, financially. I hope you're investing in the stock market. Will the Bitcoin market and the Ethereum market beat it? Maybe. Here's another idea. Maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum rally so much that it encourages people to put more money in the stock market too because they track with U.S. stocks. However it plays out, both of these markets, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the S&P 500 are going to perform exceptionally well this decade. The recovery coming out of the COVID pandemic was astonishing. We've still got very high interest rates, and the economy is growing rapidly, mainly because of the deglobalization movement that's going on right now. Companies are onshoring into the United States and Mexico. The Texas Triangle is being built out, and you're having a huge amount of economic development going on all over the country unless you live in California or New York City. I'm sorry if you moved there thinking you're cool, now you're broke. You got to move. Don't live there. Good Lord, the amount of people leaving California right now is just insane. Gavin Newsom has lost like 2 million population in just the time that he's been in office. Absolutely ridiculous how California and New York are being run. I'm very sorry for anybody who has family there and you've got your roots there. I don't wish that on anybody. I'm so sorry for you. Like, they're beautiful states, both of them. Adirondack Mountains, the Pacific Coast, they're gorgeous. I'm sorry, the government there is just crazy. But build some wealth, and you're going to be glad you did. Now, let's read a little bit of chat, and then we're going to keep it moving here. Let's see. Jeb, did you hear Jamie Dimon, head of Chase Bank? He has been orange-pilled. What will happen now? Yeah, so here's the thing. Jamie Dimon is not as powerful as people think he is. You know, the issue with following someone at the top of a bank is that they don't actually run the thing as much as you think they do. I happen to know many people that work in JP Morgan Chase that love Bitcoin. Jamie Dimon doesn't, and maybe he got orange pilled. I'm going to look into that, because I mean, that'd be great if he did. But yeah, I didn't see anything on that. You feel free to like link to something there, but JP Morgan is a company that is very much moving toward cryptocurrency, because JP Morgan is a see, here's the other thing I don't like about these banks. I do not like these banks. These banks don't represent a person. You talk about Elon, you talk about SpaceX, you talk about Tesla, you talk about you know, X nowadays. Who do you think of? For X, you probably think of Jack Dorsey, but you also think of Elon Musk. You think, you know, Elon Musk is a soul. You know, and it's almost like an extension of his personal brand, those companies. So you've almost got some like, I kind of like him, I kind of don't like him, so I kind of like his company, or I kind of don't like his company. JP Morgan Chase, BOA, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, such old companies have been around for so long now. They are heartless, soulless corporations, and their entire job is to make a profit and pretend like they want to do what's best for society. That's their whole mission in life. That should be their mission statement. If they're being totally honest, it would be make money, pretend we care. That would be what the top 10 banks in the United States of America's mission statement was, if they were honest. Now, there's plenty of people in these banks that do actually care about making people's lives better. Everybody that works in these banks are not evil. They're not. But these banks are set up in such a way that their job is to grow their market capitalization, grow their assets under management, and make more money. There's nothing wrong with making money. There is something wrong with making money if you're just in it for making money. If you just want to make money so you can make more money, that's called greed. If you want to make more money so that you can change people's lives, then that's called being awesome. That's called being philanthropic and a freaking Chad. That's not what these banks are doing. And so a lot of people, you know, when they start to realize that, you know what, their natural response is, ugh, I don't want to do business with you. You don't care about me. You're just milking me for profit. You have $4 trillion under management. You don't need to charge me 18% to send money back to my family in Guyana. You didn't have to do that. You just screwed me over because you wanted to make a dime off of me. Oh, but you care about society. Why do you think the little man's so ticked off at the banking sector and at the politicians? You don't get to just sit around and be ticked off and that change your life. You got to do something about it for yourself, but maybe something that you want to do about it, say, I'm not doing business with these banks anymore. Because they don't care about me. They've got their ads and they've got their spokesperson and they're like, oh, we care about you. Oh, it's the lowest fees. Like the Capital One ad. Like, is it even a decision? Like, yes, it's a decision. The decision is no. N-O. It's a very, I'll say no in Spanish. No. Like, it's a, no. And so what people are doing right now is they're looking elsewhere. And again, that's kind of my point. That's, you know, my train of thought has a very windy tracks here. But that's my point here, is that people are looking away from the banks. They're looking towards Ethereum. They're looking towards Solana. They're looking towards Tron to build out a banking sector where they are doing peer-to-peer. If they're borrowing money, they're not borrowing money from a heartless corporation. They're borrowing money from somebody who is going to take the interest payments to buy their kid a new puppy, or they're going to, you know, grow their rental portfolio from 10 to 12 properties over the next 2 years so that they can retire and spend more time with their kids, right? When you're doing DeFi, you are borrowing. If you're doing the lending, you're borrowing from some other Joe just like you. Now, you probably are borrowing from some whales, and, you know, there's always going to be, you know, people building wealth, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in the end, a lot of times you're borrowing from a person, right? And people like that. People like not having to go through banks, not having to deal with all their fees. And so that's going to lead to a huge explosive movement on Ethereum. This is why Ethereum is going to be worth well over $10,000. This is why Solana is going to continue to rally despite its insane inflation, which I'm not happy about, but it's massive inflation. This is why Tron is going to continue to perform very well because of these factors. Give me a 1 in chat if you understand what I'm saying and you agree. Nunya Beeswax said, I'm a teacher in New York State. It's rough. Yeah, I bet. I just did a coaching call with somebody the other day, and they live in NYS, New York State, upstate. And, you know, they hold XRP, have some money in XRP. They said, I want to know what you think about XRP, so I told them what I think. And he said, but it sucks because I can't sell my XRP. What do I do if it rallies 10x? What do I do if it goes to $5? It'll be a considerable amount of money. It's 10x from where it is right now. It's already got a pretty big portfolio. What if it 10x's? Which, I mean, it could do it. It could do it. It could do it. What do you do in that point? I said, well, do you know somebody that you could bless? Like, could you send it to somebody? Say, hey, I know a single mom. My grandfather needs a new wheelchair, whatever. Can I send it to someone else? Found out in New York City, in New York State, you can't even transact it. You can't even transfer it. It's illegal. It's against the law. It's completely ridiculous. It is insane how people that, here's the thing, when you build wealth for the wrong motive, when you get wealthy, you will turn around and slam the door behind you because you don't actually care about the people that got you there. That's what New York State and LA have done. They've mainly LA and mainly, LA. They've grown, gotten ridiculously, fabulously wealthy, turn around, slam the door in everybody else's face. We got our 20 banks up here. We got our 20 insurance companies up here. We got the MetLife building, right? We've got everything. Slam the door. Oh, you want to make wealth too? Pfft, tough cookies. We're going to tax the hell out of you, and you're going to stay broke unless you make $650,000 a year, which, by the way, might get you a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan. It's insane. It's kind of like when a company grows up and gets really huge, and so they know, hey, we're the market leader, we're the monopoly, so we're going to triple prices because you're not going to go anywhere else. You're going to stay with us. That's kind of like what's going on. Walmart got huge, slashed the customer experience to the floor, made a terrible customer experience for the most part because you're not going to go anywhere else. You can't beat their prices. Very hard to beat Walmart's prices. You're still going to go there. You're just going to get a terrible experience because they're calling your bluff, saying, yeah, right. You're going to go somewhere else. Yeah, let's see if you'll do that. Here's the thing. That's not a good strategy. But a lot of people that get rich, like New York City and LA and Walmart, end up getting screwed over because then you get the rise of Aldi, and people do start leaving Walmart. You get the rise of Texas, and people do start leaving California. You get the rise of Florida, and people do start leaving New York City. And the winds of change move in the direction of who takes the best care of their customer. So it's very important that you understand, if you live in those places, that you might have to move if you want to build wealth. Now, guys, if you've not already signed up for Crypto.com, I think you absolutely should. Here's why. They haven't done this. They've gotten big, and they've said, you know what, how do we make this site as simple and as easy to use as we possibly can? Crypto.com here is going to help you because they are the #1 place for you to do your purchasing of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You can set up your recurring buys here, and after you do set up your buys, then you can do your staking. And it's very important that you're going to be able to actually, do that because you want to generate as much wealth as possible. And so when you sign up for Crypto.com, you also come over to the Crypto Earn program. You can sign up here and get access to 5% return on Bitcoin, 5.5% return annually on Ethereum. Massive rewards. Make sure you sign up for Crypto.com if you have not already. All right, let's read a little bit more chat. The Agnostic Amphibian said Walmart's not even cheap anymore. That's the truth. Nunya Beeswax said Walmart moves into a town, puts all small businesses out of business, then raises prices when no other options are left. Yep, which is monopolistic nonsense and not the way Sam Walton would do things. And that's what I'm talking about soulless corporations. 30 years ago, back before I was born, you walked into a Walmart, it was like going to Disneyland for kids that were born in the 80s and 90s. Can I get an amen? You guys that are older than me remember that, don't you? That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told. Going to Walmart was a cool thing. Like, oh my gosh, we're going to go to Walmart? Yay! You know why? Because Sam Walton, by the way, who is a very strong Christian and loved his God, founded Walmart and wanted people to have a good experience and low prices so that he could help Americans succeed financially. That was the vision. When he died, the rest of the executive team descended on that company like a band of harpies and turned it into a heartless, soulless corporation, which is exactly what has happened to these banks. Some of them were founded with good intentions. They had the wrong principle. Hey, we're going to help people through lending. Right? Now, that doesn't actually help people, but, you can make an honest mistake and still be trying to help somebody, right? And so that's what happened. The founders died because they're, 700 years old now, and they turned into heartless corporations that are not ran by one person, man or woman's principles, that are 100% sold out for Jesus, that are 100% sold out for the customer. Mike Lowry said Walmart was better in the 80s. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told. I remember, I'm only 23. I remember when I was like 6 or 7, I thought Walmart was awesome. I thought Walmart was great. Back then it was clean. Everybody was happy. It's a great place. Yeah, it was cheap prices, but you know, it still was nice. Smiles. I remember I had my first white macadamia nut cookie from a Subway that was in a Walmart. I was on cloud nine. I remember where that Walmart was. It was in South Florida. It was great. It's not like that anymore. Someone said cup and handle on Bitcoin. Yes, there is a cup and handle formation coming up on Bitcoin right here. And the cool thing about this cup and handle formation is that it is, as was mentioned earlier in chat, it is coming right below the 0.618. Right below the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is at $3,500 on Ethereum. And so Ethereum is building a cup and handle formation. And as you talked about, Bitcoin is doing the very same thing at $65,000 here. Cup and handle forming right here. Here's the handle. Here's the cup. The cool thing is a cup and handle formation oftentimes is the right shoulder of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Both of them are bullish. Both of them have the same price target. Price target on Bitcoin's upwards of $80,000. Price target on ETH right now is looking at about, if I recall correctly, probably about $4,200. Let's see here. Yep, $4,213. Okay, my guess was solid, right? So that's the idea there. So big rally coming in. Very excited about that. Yeah. So guys, I also want to let you know about another sponsor of ours, which is Uphold's Vault. Here's the reason that you ought to sign up for Vault. You want to make sure you're safe. It's that simple. Signing up for Vault allows you to have peace of mind because your cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin, is going to be kept safe. When you're holding your Bitcoin, you will either hold on to the Bitcoin or you'll lose it. And the way that you'll lose it is because you lost a key. Well, if you lose a key while you're using Uphold's Vault, then the assisted key replacement service and functionality here will step in and save you from losing all your Bitcoin. Very, very, very important technology. You can sign up with the link in the description box down below, and you absolutely should. All right, let's read a little bit more chat. ECT said, support Christian conservative companies. There's a website to direct you to them. Aldi is a good Walmart alternative. Yeah, we do our grocery shopping from Aldi and from Walmart. We buy everything that we can from Aldi because they're cheap prices, good products. I don't care if it's the off-brand. It's 70% off. Are you kidding me? I don't give a crap. I remember when we got married, you know, I was multimillionaire. We got married. My wife's like, you know, are you going to be like shy about going to Goodwill or something? Because they got low price. Because my wife is very much, she's not cheap, but she's very good with money, right? Why spend more on something that you don't need? We bought a $3,500 bed frame. $350 on Facebook Marketplace. We got 90% off because the lady was moving to Alaska to take care of her parents. We live in Florida, right? She said it was to get a pod, like one of those pods to move her stuff to freaking Alaska. Just like one of them was $10,000 just to move one pod of stuff. She's like, I can't bring this. So we got it 90% off. Brand new. Most of it was still in the box. Of course we're going to pay cheaper. Why not? I don't give a crap what you think about what I spend my money on. I don't care what you think. I care about saving money, so I'm putting more of it into investments. We shop at Aldi, right? Anything that we can, we buy from Aldi instead of Walmart. Most of the time, the prices are actually lower because, like somebody said in chat, Walmart's prices have gone up. They've done the same thing that was said in chat. They move into a town, put everybody out of business, and then they raise their prices and then screw you over because you get a worse experience with higher prices. But Aldi is coming in and competing against that. They're saying, hey, we're a corporate brand, and we are a corporate brand that's actually going to care about you. I actually have an employee that I work with. He does contract work for us that is in an executive leadership at Aldi. He's over 6 stores. He's a director of an area. He's got 600 employees under him. He works at Aldi. So I hear about Aldi all the time. We do business with Aldi. You know, great company. Not sponsored. Just very happy about what they're doing. And that's kind of my point with New York and LA. Nashville is the Aldi to Los Angeles' Walmart. Orlando is the Aldi to New York City's Walmart. That's what's happening. Capitalism is coming in, as it always does, to fix the problem, because when you don't take care of your customers, guess what? They leave. And if I lived in New York or California, I would too. Again, beautiful state, a lot of great people out there, terrible leadership. All right, guys. Well, we are going to have to wrap it out. I really do appreciate all of your patience with myself and with all of us. We are looking at having our child here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So, going to mention this pretty much whenever I go on stream. I will be out for a week, you know, in kind of paternity leave, and then I'll be kind of gradually easing myself back into work to take care of my wife. She has very difficult pregnancy, so please be praying for her. It's been incredibly hard on her, so I've been taking care of her the best that I'm able to. But naturally, when the baby comes, obviously giving birth is a pretty big event. So I'm going to be continuing to take care of her. So please consider, praying for her. And thank you guys for being patient with us. And be on the lookout because I will be stepping away for at least a week. Certainly going to do a week. I might step away for a little bit longer. We'll kind of see how it plays out. But then I'll come back and I'll probably for a week not do the stream, just shoot kind of a video on my phone to give you kind of a daily market update. Then in about 2 to 3 weeks postpartum, I'll probably pick back up on the stream and the weekly videos and then just add my hours, like my work hours on after that, after we got the content back online. So that's kind of the plan. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for all of that. And if you guys have not already, I also want you to check out Blowfin. And one of the reasons I want you to check out Blowfin is because of this. You're going to get 15% cash back if you sign up for Blowfin through July 25th. Here's what this means. With a maximum cap of $7,500 future bonus, and it's for the first 200 users only, which, guys, just so you know, we've got well over 200 people that have signed up for Blowfin, so that will probably fill up. When you deposit, you're going to get 15% cash back. Futures bonus of a validity period of 7 days starting from the time that you're accredited to your account. Deposit bonus conditions, the amount transferred to the futures account minus the amount transferred out of the futures account. So when you transfer money into the futures account, you basically get 15% cash back. Here's the reason here's one of the things I love about Blowfin. When they do a promotion, man, they go all out. They're basically just like, hey, we're going to give you free money. Literally, sign up for Blowfin, put money in the futures account, get 15% cash back. That's what I'm being told, right? Sign up. Free money. Links in the description box down below. Does not get much easier than that. It's free money. Go for it. 15% instantly. That's a year in the stock market. That's 3 years in a high yield savings account. Why wouldn't you do that, right? Sign up. Links down below. It's free money. By the way, if you choose to stay on Blowfin, you should, because they're the #1 leverage trading platform in the entire world. If you do leverage trade Bitcoin, Blowfin's the place to do it because they are where whales are made. You've also got an incredible copy trading program that is second to none in the cryptocurrency space where you can follow proven traders with a proven track record that are proven to win more than they lose. And you can follow them on your trading to kind of get into trading if you want. You make some money doing that. So make sure you sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below. And also make sure you check out their markets because they've got hundreds of trading pairs here. Hundreds of them. If you're looking for a coin, it's probably on Blowfin, so sign up with the link in the description box down below. Get some free money and get access to an incredible cryptocurrency exchange. Walmart is not allowed in New York City. God bless Sarah. Really? That's not surprising. Two jerk alpha dogs don't like each other, right? New York City and Walmart. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. Any of you that are from Walmart, yeah, sure, from Walmart or New York City or Los Angeles. I love Walmart. The people that work at Walmart, not a big fan of the brand anymore. New York City, LA, love you guys. Love you so much that I'm going to tell you, you might have to move if you want to build wealth. No hatred towards anybody. There's a lot of hateful rhetoric going around, and that's not helpful. But it is definitely okay to challenge an idea, and I think the idea of having insanely high taxes and just screwing people over in general is not very, very kind. So that's not what I would support. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. We're going to wrap it out. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.